the other big headline today is Chris Beard, Texas basketball head coach. He has been fired with cause by the University of Texas. Of course, this stems from the domestic violence incident that took place a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, felony domestic assault on his fiance, Randy True. A little bit complicated because Randy True then later came out and basically said that it didn't happen the way she claimed it did and that he's innocent of some of these things. Well, the authorities are going through pressing charges because the physical evidence on her after all of this. And she did admit that there was some sort of physical fight that took place in all of this. Either way, statement from University of Texas Vice President and AD Chris Del Conte says the following, and it's very short and sweet. The University of Texas has parted ways with Chris Beard. This has been a difficult situation that we've been diligently working through. Today, I informed Mr. Beard of our decision to terminate him effective immediately. We thank Coach Rodney Terry for his exemplary leadership, both on and off the court, at a time when our team needed it most. We are grateful. He will remain the acting head coach for the remainder of the season. We are proud of our student athletes, coaches, and staff who throughout this difficult time have continued to make us proud to be Longhorns. After about a month, this ends the Chris Beard ugly chapter at Texas. And in year 2, when he had this incident and he was involved in this incident, he had Texas at number 2 in the country in the AP. He is, separate of all of this, one heck of a basketball coach.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a celebrated moment in Texas sports history when they were able to lure him away from Texas Tech after getting the Red Raiders to a national championship game. He is a University of Texas at Austin alum, and he is now gone, fired, huge contract with cause. And he's going to be getting none of that money because of this felony arrest, which immediately leads me to the question of Hutton, how long does he sit out before he's coaching somewhere else? Because we've seen it time and time again. He's not going to be out of work forever. Maybe it's a year, maybe it's 2, maybe it's 3 that he has to serve some penance for this. That's if he doesn't go to jail, by the way. We'll see how this all plays out in court. But if he's not in prison after this incident, someone's going to hire him in a couple years. I would say at minimum.
But it could be a while, though, you know, because of this legal process playing out. And look, no one's shocked by this coming out, right? It was only based on the information we had available and the reports that were out. Texas, there's 0% chance they were bringing him back to coach, even as things played out, and firing him with cause. I mean, Aaron Torres points out, who's been a guest on this show, a police report that states that his fiancée had marks on her when officers arrived. It's not something that goes away with a year out of the spotlight or even an apology tour or even if charges are dropped, which will take some time. My guess is we never see Chris Beard coach a college basketball game again. Now, we'll see where time leads with this. But for the here and now and the foreseeable future, he's absolutely right. Based on the information there and how Texas handled this, it's not like you can just let things play out over the course of a couple months and then next year Chris Beard's coaching somewhere again. This isn't Hugh Freeze to Liberty.
And it also, it provoked a lot of eye rolls when you saw the statement from the fiance after the fact, because it's textbook seeing a lot of these situations that the female victim will come back and claim, not necessarily that she made it up, but, I didn't want him arrested. I didn't want him to go to jail for this.
Yes.
I was a big part of this. I blame myself. She said he was acting in self-defense throughout all of this. And, this happens often. The bottom line to me was when this went down and you read the account of the strangulation that took place, the bruises on her body, her running away from the house, cops showing up, seeing all this. If you're Chris Del Conte at Texas, unless the authorities come to you and say, there's something that doesn't add up here, hold on a minute with this whole story, or she comes out and says, I completely made it up, did it to my whatever, he's fired.
Yeah.
I mean, even her statement after the fact, if the cops are sitting there saying, there's all these marks on her, there's all of this evidence, she admits to a physical altercation, even if she's now claiming that he was in self-defense, he's fired. I mean, it's a felony arrest for domestic assault, felony domestic assault, and you're the head coach of Texas, making a lot of money. You're going to have that clause in any contract you sign to that level. So he's gone. There's no surprise here. The timing of it doesn't surprise me. I think Texas, you want to take a little bit of time to make sure that you're, doing everything possible, crossing your T's, dotting your I's to make sure you do this the right way in firing someone with cause. I think they did that, and now Coach Terry's going to get a chance to continue this thing out for Texas, who I believe their next game is against Oklahoma State. So that's a fascinating team to watch now from the sports perspective to see how they rebound from what is a really messy situation, and obviously a huge distraction for the basketball part of this.